take a look, see? So, what's happening? I guess that's just a different way of starting a video. I'm sure you guys have seen the ship floating above the water taken over in Cornwall in the UK. I've been to Cornwall, by the way. And it was floating above the water, and I'm kind of reading the standard explanations for as to how this occurred. And I am no stranger to mirages or to ghost ships, even. Like I said the other day, we used to have a sailboat, and I've seen mirages before. I know what they look like. I know how a reflection and hot and cold air can cause things to be distorted in the distance or appear a little bit strange. I don't know if you've seen this ship or not, but it doesn't look anything like your standard Mirage whatsoever. I highly recommend you go ahead and go and take a look because this thing is floating about 100 feet above the water. And I'm going to go ahead and read you the standard explanation, which I'm really on the fence about. I mean, I accept it and I don't. Just like, look, let me put it this way. Over the last few weeks, since I've been doing my podcast with my friend, we've been doing research on these cases that we're covering, whether it be UFO sightings or other things. And the standard explanation is so ludicrous, most of the time, it seems, that I really think that they're attempting to insult our intelligence. Like, you may think that a weather balloon is a somewhat uncommon explanation for a UFO sighting, and you would be wrong. Actually, I would say a substantial portion of the time, anytime there's a UFO sighting, it's a weather balloon, no matter what it is. The one that really pissed me off the most is when we were studying Fred Valentich, who clearly radioed in a cigar shaped UFO, unidentified flying object, flying near his aircraft as he was flying from Australia to Tasmania. We're going to get to Australia in a second. He radioed in a very clear, and concise way, exactly what he was seeing. And so the standard explanation is that he was hallucinating due to lack of oxygen, and his plane was upside down, and the UFO he saw was either Venus, or it was the red and green blinking lights on his own airplane. And we might be doing the Mothman next. And I didn't even know. I've seen the Mothman Prophecies movie. I didn't even know that there have been thousands of sightings of Mothman. I thought it was maybe a handful, but no, there have been dozens of people who have symptoms after seeing, like, they actually had legitimate real life symptoms, a tremendous sense of doom, problems with their hearing, their sight, after seeing the Mothman. And they described a very large winged humanoid with glowing red eyes. And the standard explanation is that it was the largest bird in West Virginia, or it was an owl. Or the most ridiculous one I heard was that it was someone dressed up in a Halloween costume. Now, they are insulting our intelligence. You have thousands of people saying that they're seeing a winged humanoid. And by the way, Mothman was not only spotted in West Virginia, it was spotted before many disastrous events all around the world, which I didn't even know about either. So that's interesting. My overall point about this is that I'm not against science at all. I don't want you to think that, because I know I talk about really out there stuff, but I'm very much for rational thinking. I'm very much for science and all that it's done and all the benefits of science that we've had. And I am skeptical about many things myself, and I do want to rule out other possibilities at first. I'm not against having a skeptical, keen eye on things at all. So, but when you have uh, situations and the explanation is just absolutely preposterous, it makes you question and wonder if they really are just insulting our intelligence. You just, it has to fit the narrative, it has to fit the box. It cannot deviate from this tunnel vision like thinking. It cannot do it. What I just, these people who have this sort of mentality, I can't comprehend or understand them at all. Why does it have to fit a box? There's infinite possibilities out there. There's things that we can't even comprehend. Like I saw a Facebook post the other day. It was like a pie chart and it was like a tiny little sliver and it said shit, you know. And then uh and then there was like a larger sliver that was like shit you don't know, and then like 99% of the rest was like shit you don't know, which is 100% correct. And why don't we as a global community treat it the same way and not look at all the possibilities? But no, it has to fit the standard physics narrative. It has to fit this standard narrative. It's just it's so boring. Just I just get bored to tears with these boring ass people. I'm sorry. Come on, open up a little bit. I'm not saying like you have to be so open minded that your brains fall out, but question at least something. Like, I will never understand them. Kind of getting way ahead of myself here, but let me just quickly read this article and see. Maybe I could just, like I said, if you haven't seen it, then I won't be able to show you really. You should just look at it yourself, though. So, David Morris took a photo of a ship near Falmouth, Cornwall. BBC meteorologist David Brain said the Superior Mirage occurred because of special atmospheric conditions that bend light. He said the illusion is common in the Arctic but can appear very rarely in the UK during winter. Mr. Morris said he was stunned after capturing the picture while looking out to sea from the hamlet Gillen. Mr. Brain said superior mirages occur because of the weather condition known as a temperature inversion, where cold air lies close to the sea and warmer air above it. Okay, I get that. Since cold air is denser than warm air, it bends light towards the eye, and someone standing on the ground or on the coast, changing how a distant object appears. But that's not distance. This thing is floating. I said 100 feet. No, it looks like it's floating 200 feet above the water. I I'm really like on the edge about this one. And I want to know your opinion, okay? If you buy the standard explanation, that's fine. If you're good with this stuff and you're knowledgeable, put it down in the comments if you think there is a perfectly rational explanation for a ship floating 200 feet above water, even though I've personally seen ghost ships. I've personally seen mirages and they look nothing like that. Please put it in the comments. One thing before I go is I had a lot of comments on the Atlas video and others, specifically pertaining to Australia and the Mandela affected nature. I can't get over it myself, guys. I mean, I appreciate those comments so much because someone told me that the northern coast of Australia is now 80 miles from Papua New Guinea. And I looked at that atlas and I looked at a couple of globes as well, like because globe bends around, and it still looks ridiculously close, too close to Southeast Asia. Well, the memory is very clear of it being very, very far south, very isolated, very separated from the continent of Asia. But no, it's so close to Papua New Guinea that it almost touches it. Standard explanation. Oh, you're just misremembering. Bye.